The city of Harrisburg, a bright town filled with the happiest of citizens. And it's here we find one man diligently preparing for his review of a terrible Powerpuff Girls episode. I said we will find one man diligently preparing for his review of a terrible Powerpuff Girls episode. Wake up!
One for Willie! The Powerpuff Girls!
Created by Craig McCracken and running from 1998 to 2005 on Cartoon Network, the Powerpuff Girls followed three young superheroes named Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, who were created in a lab accidentally by Professor Utonium, and they were the ones to protect the city of Townsville from an assortment of villains. For 4 seasons, this show was really solid. Yeah, it had a dud here and there like Town and Out and Daylight Savings, but it was usually really funny, creative, and fast-paced with a right ensemble of characters. But after the movie, things started to change. Craig McCracken left the show to go create Foster's, and the new head was Chris Savino, who seemed like a decent choice. After all, he wrote some really good episodes of not just this, but several other popular shows, but season 5 and 6 aren't exactly looked fondly back on by fans.
Now, unlike post-Poof Fairly Odd Parents, I watched this show all the way through, but I had pretty much forgotten all post-movie episodes.
So I asked my Twitter and DeviantArt and looked around to see what some of the worst post-movie episodes are, and got about 25 episodes, and what I found is that a majority of them were extremely mediocre. Not awful, but just so bland and boring they weren't even worth a review. But there were some that managed to piss me off, like Toast of the Town that turned the mayor into a toddler, not literally, but might as well have, PPGs, which is all about the girls wetting the bed, Nothing Special, which was completely pointless, The City of Frownsville, which I can pretty much sum up my feelings with this.
Shut the fuck up!
Sunscream, which is 11 minutes of watching the girls in pain from sunburns, Sweet and Sour, which turned the Townsville citizens into complete idiots, and of course, Oops, I Did It Again.
Or as I like to call it, oops, this episode sucks. The designs are creepy. Holy shit, what are those? Oh, Jesus fuck.
So yeah, there were some contenders, but I think the one that really pissed me off the most was a season 6 episode called Say Uncle.
Don't worry, bro. None of this is canon.
Oh God, I wish.
So we start out in the city of
Longville, Minnesota!
Huh?
The turtle racing capital of the world! It's turtleneck and turtleneck here at the track.
That Sheldon's a peppy fella.
Alright, if you're gonna remind me of a SpongeBob episode, you should not be reminding me of one of the worst ones.
Meanwhile, back in the city of Townsville.
So, was there a point to that? Of course not.
We see the girls eating breakfast as the professor comes in to tell them he'll be giving a presentation on the proliferation of
Oh, it's really quite fascinating, isn't it?
Tell an actual joke!
The doorbell rings, and it's the mailman bringing a telegram for the professor, because I guess this takes place in 1885, and this is where we get one of 2 funny jokes in the episode.
You're very welcome! Have a tellerific day!
The telegram is from the professor's brother Eugene, who's in town for the day and wants him to pick him up at the train station.
We have an uncle?
Oh shit, they're adding a brother character several seasons in, so are we gonna get Flutterbrudder good or Double Ocean Osmo bad? Well, neither. We barely get to know him due to stupid shit I'll show you later.
Because of his presentation, the girls offer to go pick up Uncle Eugene. At the station, we see 2 guards in front of a large cloaked package.
This guy is nuts over taffy, so whatever you do, do not let him near any taffy.
Boy, did I pick the wrong day to start my all-taffy diet.
After seeing the guard slowly pour taffy juice from his taffy mug and tediously take a bite from his taffy sandwich, the beast he is guarding escapes from his cage. Alright, I get it, cartoon, but why was it so easy for him to escape? The point of a cage is to keep things in. The girls are looking for their uncle when the beast spurts out and... oh no.
Uncle Eugene? Where are your nieces?
Alright, Bubbles and Buttercup I'm willing to believe might think it's him. But Blossom, you know, who's supposed to be the smart one, yeah, no, I don't believe for a second she would believe that.
We better be going. Can't be late for school.
Wait, what did the professor say earlier?
You can spend the day getting to know your Uncle Eugene while I'm at the conference.
But they have school. What, were you just expecting him to spend the whole day at school with them? As they leave, their real uncle gets off and just stands there. At Pokey Oaks, it turns out today is show and tell day, so the girls show their uncle.
Miss King, this is our uncle. He's the professor's brother. Great!
Well, I'm glad I didn't marry into this family.
This weekend, my parents took me to the Townsville Taffy Festival, so I brought this big box of taffy in for everyone.
Of course, this sends the monster into a bit of rage as he consumes all the taffy and runs out. There he sees a sign for... So he goes around the taffy fair, even stealing a guy's wardrobe made out of taffy. I don't even understand why you would bring this taffy-obsessed monster into this town having a taffy festival. The girls come by as the declothed man tells them, and they have to come up with a plan to stop him. And this leads to our second good joke.
We have to do something! But what? He's our uncle. We can't just knock him out. I said we couldn't just knock him out. What else was I supposed to do?
And thus ends any of the good comedy this episode has.
They try to get him cleaned up, and in doing this makes me notice, if they think this is their uncle, then why didn't they question that he's been walking around completely naked? Hell, they took him to their school. The professor comes home, and hopefully he can bring sense to the madness by explaining that he is not their uncle.
Oh. He's really let his hair grow out.
Idiots. All of you are fucking idiots!
But the professor brought home some taffy, because of course he did, and this sets the monster off. He chases the professor before the girls trap him in some taffy and take him off to the train station.
Whew. That Eugene hasn't changed a bit.
Well, I guess that explains why you were such a little brat.
The girls toss him into the train where he lands next to their real uncle.
Why didn't you just get a cab?
You can't end the day without feeling happy after biting into a sweet piece of Townsville taffy.
And then I guess he killed their uncle.
And so, once again, the day is saved, thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. And Taffy,
Taffy caused literally every single problem.
and that turtle Sheldon. Boy, he sure can motor, huh?
Oh yeah, that was completely stupid and pointless, and I hate this episode. It's a piece of shit.
Holy crap, what a mess. The plot is a contrived, unfunny set of circumstances that are only able to happen because all the characters are complete idiots. And I may have been able to forgive some of that if it wasn't so boring and repetitive. This episode sucked so hard, and yeah, I do consider it worse than episodes like PPGs and Sunscream, and hell, any episode that I've seen of the reboot.
So you may be asking, were there any good episodes from the post-movie era that I watched? And yes, there were.
Episodes like Mo English, Octagon, I See a Funny Cartoon in Your Future, and even the finale, See Me, Feel Me, Know Me, show that this show still had some of that charm left even after losing McCracken. So while I am definitely glad that the show ended after season 6, there are still some episodes that I'm glad were made.
And as for Chris Savino, well, he later went on to create The Loud House, so I guess all is forgiven. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
And so once again, the fandom is saved, thanks to Norty.
Brand new Powerpuff Girls, everybody. 100% brand spanking right out of the box new. what I'm saying here is they're not a repeat. Yeah. This new episode will be on again tonight at 11. Just like we will next week at 7-11. And the following weeks, all the way into July, so yeah, we'll all be brand new too.
You're even making the Friday segments repetitive and boring. Fuck this episode!